compete with others, of course, but you are in a competition with yourself always. Hey, what's going on, solarpreneurs? I just had my biggest week ever in solar. Wanted to share with you how I did it, what strategies we implemented, and how you can have your biggest week in solar as well. So welcome to the podcast. My name is Taylor Armstrong. We're here to help you close more deals, generate more leads and referrals, and have a much better time in the solar industry. We're coming at you live from Utah. Got a little bit of a different background here if you're watching the video version today. Out here on a little Thanksgiving break. Grinded last week. Had a massive week, so enjoying some fruits of it. Got to dominate in all areas of life, not just sales. So hope you're enjoying this Thanksgiving week or whenever you're listening to this podcast. Last week, I was able to break my personal record previously, which was 8 deals in a week. Got, by the grace of God, 11 deals last week. And before we get into the strategies, just need to shout out my team, need to shout out my setters. I think all but I had 2 deals that were from me knocking on the week, self-generated, and then 9 were from my team, from our setters that are crushing right now. So I'm going to share with you a few strategies, and hopefully you can go out and have your biggest week as well. And I think once I actually hit the numbers, it was surprising to me, like kind of how easy it was, right? I know before there's so many times where I'd hit 8 on the week and I'm like, oh, this is the week. I'm going to pass that number. I think I'd hit it 4 or 5 different times in my solar career, but for whatever reason, cannot get past that magic 8 number in a week. And I will say it takes a little bit of luck. Things had to fall into place, but there were also some things we did to line the stars, so I could have that big week and break the record of 8 deals that I previously set. So I'm going to go through 3-4 things that we implemented this week, some things that we maybe did a little different that helped us, and I would love to hear what's your biggest week. Would love to hear if you implement some of these things yourself and set yourself a new personal record. Okay, so you heard before, it does make it a lot easier if you have a team. We had great setters, people lining up deals. Makes it a lot easier if you have a team, right? I think there's a few people that we've had on podcasts that have hit these numbers, just self-generating deals. But man, I got mad respect for them because, especially out here in Southern California, I think it's infinitely easier if you do have a team that's going to also set you up some appointments on top of whatever you knock. Hey, but here's what we did. Okay, number 1, you heard me talking about how we were planning a blitz. So this record, it came during a blitz week, and we had all our team bought in. We had guys working similar schedules. We could have even done better with this. We could have, I think, structured the blitz a little bit better. Might do another episode on, just kind of the blitz and how things went with that. But if you can line it up to have your team just all work in the same areas, the same schedule, and all aligned with your goal to go all out, your chances of hitting a personal best go way up, right? Because you're more organized, you're all knocking similar areas, the team's bought in, you have things going more efficient. We had guys working sun up to sundown, and out here in Southern California right now, it gets dark at like 5 o'clock. So we had guys working until after 8 o'clock a lot of nights. And really, that's what it takes. Our company, they structure a competition right before Thanksgiving to get one last final push out of people before the holidays. Because let's be honest, there's guys that take off during the month of December. There's guys that work less. So I thought it's really smart. Plan a competition before the holidays come up and get guys bought in to go out and produce during that. So, and then just maximizing efficiency. There was one example that I had last week. We actually had a few appointments that were down in San Diego. We were blitzing more up north, an hour or 2 north of San Diego, which is my typical area. And those overflow appointments were from the week before. And I remember a previous blitz, I thought these appointments were solid, and I drove clear down to them. I drove for nothing, basically. I left a blitz to go to appointments in other areas, and ended up wasting a bunch of time. So this blitz, I'm like, I'm not going down there unless I know these people are going to sit for sure. Because I know my team, I know they can go out and get same days. I know I can go out and get a same day. I know we can set up appointments. So luckily, I confirmed every appointment that was outside of our blitz area. I think actually every one of them fell through. But when they fell through, we always went out and got same day, replaced it. As a matter of fact, this appointment that I thought was for sure going to close in San Diego, it was a solid follow-up that we just needed. He already had credit approved, just needed to go back and sign docs. He seemed excited about it. I was considering just going back without confirming with him. I confirmed with him. He canceled, unfortunately, but we went out and got 2 same days that night and added to the tally. So make sure you're being efficient with your time. If you need to confirm things, confirm them, right? If you want to maximize your results, maximize your efficiency, you probably need to confirm some things, because last thing you want is to be running around to appointments that aren't sitting, that are no showing. You need to be extremely efficient with your time to hit big numbers. And yeah, a little bit of luck helps, goes a long way too. And number 2 is finding areas that are off the beaten path. One of our best setters right now, Rosenberg, which you're actually going to hear from him probably next episode, maybe the episode after. He is insane at setting appointments, but what he did this week is he went and looked for homes off the beaten path. And if you've listened to the podcast, you know I am a big advocate of finding homes that have not been just like drilled and drilled and drilled, especially if you're an experienced knocker. It helps a lot by finding homes that are spread out, finding homes that haven't had 100 door knockers this summer, because those homes, they just are a little bit tougher to convert. Plenty of deals in there, but if you're going for volume, you might want to find some homes that are a little bit higher percentage, cherry pick a little bit. So Rosenberg, he went to an area that was just kind of middle of nowhere, a lot of manufactured homes spread apart that just hadn't been hit too often. And this is where we got probably 7, maybe 8 of our deals was in this one particular area. So if you're trying to go out and have a big week, plan your areas in advance. Look for areas that are maybe spread out. I know we had another guy on our team who he also had his biggest week to date. Shout out Mateo. This guy threw down and he found a similar thing. He found an area that was untapped, found an area a little bit off the beaten path, and they just like murdered this area. Just pulled referrals from it and just found lots of deals that had been untapped, that hadn't been talked to. Okay, so it's not probably takes a little bit of luck with that too, but if you can do some planning and look for areas that are less likely to be hit, then you're going to have a much higher chance of hitting some big numbers. And you can listen to previous episodes. We've talked about how to find areas like that off the beaten path. So go check out previous episodes if you want to learn more, but do some off the beaten path knocking. All right, and then the last couple tips I have that help me hit the big week. This one, maybe it's going to take a little bit to do right off the bat, but if you can learn a different language, out here in Southern California, so many people are Hispanic and speak Spanish. And a lot of people we talk to, they speak English, some better than others, but there's a lot where they just feel more comfortable if we can talk to them in Spanish. So this week, I believe 9, I think 10. Yeah, I think all but 10 of the deals that I closed this last week were Hispanic, Spanish speaking. Most of them only spoke Spanish. Okay, and I was blessed to be able to go on a mission for my church down in Colombia, where I was able to learn Spanish. So it helps out tremendously, right? Just being able to speak a different language. Can't even count how much money it's been able to make me over the years. But if you can learn, maybe you're knocking an area where there's different cultures. Okay, for California, Spanish is the language to learn, and probably for most places, Spanish is probably the most useful thing you could pick up on. But if you can learn even just how to present some basic things in Spanish, then you're going to set yourself apart. You're going to get lots of deals that other people can't get. And it's going to open up a whole niche market for you just by learning a different language. Hey, so consider, get the Rosetta Stone, get the get the Spanish tutor, take some Spanish classes. You could use this as some of your sales training because this is literally something that can make you a lot of money is learning another language. Okay, so that's tip number 3. And then last but not least, the fourth thing that we did a little different is just pushing for referrals. You should always push for referrals. With that, make sure you are asking people if they have multiple properties. Yeah, I remember early in my solar career, I would never ask people if they had multiple properties, if they had rental properties. And I would sometimes find out later after an install, hey, Taylor, we got another property. Could you do it for that property too? I'm like, say less, but why didn't I know about this when I closed them the first time? We could have done 2 deals for one. So this last week, one of the Mexican families we closed, they had 2 properties. And so this is where hitting those big numbers becomes extremely easy, because if you can get one person, but they have 3, 4, 5 properties, you might have walked away with 5 deals in one single appointment. And actually had one earlier this year where they did have 5 properties. And I thought that's the week that I was going to break my record, because got 5 deals in essentially one appointment. But then the rest of the week was a little bit slower. Only got 3 aside from that. I'm like, man, that was the week to do it. So this week we had just one of them had 2, was a 2 for 1. So we got 2 deals out of one homeowner. Other than that, all the rest were, just one property deals. But just look for people. I know it's not easy to find these people. It probably just takes some luck. But just make sure you ask people, hey, do you have multiple properties? Hey, who can you refer? Tell them you're in a competition. Right? We were throwing down some big referral incentives for the competition. We're around Thanksgiving time, so we got Black Friday deals coming up. So maybe you're giving an extra Black Friday incentive going on. Right? And just if you can get those deals, it's going to make it really easy to break your records. And then just remember, if you were trying to go out and do something crazy, then you didn't obsess over it. That's where I think I could have done even more deals, because I'll be honest, I didn't. I worked hard, but if I really wanted to take it to another level, then after our knocking hours, I could have been hitting up old customers for referrals. I could have been sending mass text emails once we were out of appointments for the day. So I think I could have done even more. So if you really want to go out and do something crazy, obsess over it. Even when you're done working for the day, you got plenty of time after 8 o'clock at night. When it's dark, you can still go out and hit some follow-ups. You can still send text to old customers. I didn't do any of that this week, and I still hit 11. So I hope those tips help. Okay, but just remember, plan a blitz. That'll make things easier. Have a team. Ask for referrals. Strategize. Plan out your areas. And then just obsess over it. If you do those things, you are extremely likely to go out and have a massive week and make more money than you've ever made before in solar. So hopefully we can come at you next year with 12, 13, 14 deals. Always looking to break some records. I think it's been, I don't know, I think I got my first 8 spot in a week like 5 years ago, and then had, like I said, a few others after that. But hopefully it doesn't take me as long to break the 11 in a week. Okay, and I know some people are listening to this. That might be a small number for some people. I know guys that have done 20 deals in a week. Okay, so I'm not quite at that level yet. But important thing is to always be competing with yourself. Go out and break your own records. Go out and one-up yourself. Compete with others, of course, but you are in a competition with yourself always. So I hope that helps today. Happy Thanksgiving if you are listening to this the week of Thanksgiving. And let us know again for future guest suggestions or topics. We will keep bringing you the heat, keep bringing you fire content every week. Go out and close some deals this week. Enjoy your holiday season, and we'll see you on the next one.